net spend.
Agents surveilled murder suspect David Fisher, hoping that their wired informant Gerald Stedham would be able to solicit a confession from his old friend. Arranged the meeting to receive him, but Fisher was suspicious. The relief of Stedham and Agent James Fisher on the wall.
It's time that we had wires and the Fisher jealous, and he was asking too many poignant questions. Wasn't that fun?
Needed to arrest Fisher for old crime. Agents were hopeful. The cooperating witness tried to steer the conversation towards Fisher's past crimes, but Fisher once again avoided the topic.
It was one of these situations where Fisher constantly would talk about the fact that he didn't trust anybody, didn't want to talk about anything. Every time Stedham would try to bring up the conversation about what happened back in those days, he would be tight-lipped, he wouldn't do it.
Since Fisher said nothing to corroborate Stedham's version of events, it occurred to agents that perhaps Stedham may be lying, since the ex-convict was reluctant to come forward in the first place.
Yeah.
The FBI conducted a polygraph examination to evaluate Stedham's credibility. Stedham admitted he lied about Fisher, offering him $50,000 to kill Mulligan.
Were you hired to kill Bobby Mulligan?
Yes.
He insisted that Fisher had asked him to do it, but he...
One of the things we did in order to try to make sure we weren't just chasing our tails was to get Stedham a polygraph exam. And the fact that it was not conclusive could be that there may be some things that he's saying that he's maybe holding back, but in general, what he's stating is pretty much going to be correct.
Agents believed Stedham was still their best hope of getting to Fisher, since the case lacked any physical evidence. But Fisher, the delivery man for the morgues, was extremely cautious, particularly with Stedham. For the case to move forward, the FBI needed another plan.
So what we're going to have to do is create a situation in Fisher's mind where he felt they were closing in on him one way or another, to try to stir the conversation.
Agents figured that Fisher would relax his suspicion of being taped while inside his own vehicle. On a day that Fisher asked Stedham to help him with a job, agents decided the time was right.
Technology was just starting to come out where actually voices would come across on a beeper. And Stedham had one. So we had a female in our office make a phone call to Stedham on his beeper, telling him to call home immediately, making believe. So the car stopped, Stedham got out.
For appearances, Stedham briefly spoke to the agent back in the office to let her know the message was received. When Stedham returned to the car, he told Fisher that it was an insurance agent asking to meet Stedham about an ongoing investigation. Fisher told him that if he kept his mouth shut, their new inquiry would go nowhere, since the body had been cremated and that everyone said it was an accident.
He says, I'm telling you right now, if anybody tries to bring up anything, any witnesses pop their head above the water, it's going to be pow, 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 pow. And those are the sounds that came over the tape. And we realized at that point what Fisher was doing was actually threatening the lives of all witnesses involved in the investigation that took place.
Unfortunately, shoot Mulligan instead. On tape, the shooter described a meeting he had with Fisher after the shooting. Mulligan told him that he had written out the details of what happened and gave it to someone for safety.
Don't, you know.
If Fisher killed Mulligan,
Okay.
details
Don't
would
know.
be mailed to authorities.
Berta.
Mulligan refused.
No, it's all
Instead,
good,
Morgan
Berta.
or-
You know, it's okay.
Yeah.
I know. It's okay. You know, the world would love to see this.
would be coming after Stedham.
Don't, you know? I know I would, I know.
Yeah.
Agents scrambled to hide their informant
Don't, you
from a
know?
remote location.
If I didn't have bed bugs, you know.
Suspected that Fisher had made the threat.
Berta.
Investigators hoped they could secure an arrest warrant before the suspected killer got to Stedham. Fisher had arranged to kill him before. Agents feared killed.
If something happened to you, what would happen to... You need life insurance. And chances are, SelectQuote can help you get it for less than $1 a day. That's right. Chances are SelectQuote can help you get the insurance... Paying too much.
Joanne was paying $218 a month for a year. We
At SelectQuote, we aggressively... American General. At a price you can afford.
Call 1-800-736-9735 or go to selectquote.com now and get the insurance your family needs.
At a price you can afford. At SelectQuote, we've helped millions of Americans get the insurance they need, often for less. We do it by aggressively shopping up to 10 highly rated companies. Need even more coverage?
We found Gary, 35, a $1 million policy for only $22 a month.
If you have loved ones who depend on your income, you need life insurance. Why pay more? Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
Call 1-800-736-9735 or go to selectquote.com now and get the insurance your family needs.
At a price you can afford.
That number again is 1-800-736-9735.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Use Ibotta every time you shop. You'll earn real...
A year and a half after the